Dave, spirits high going into two big home games.
Yeah, they are. We've had a good run of form. We had a little bit of a blip, obviously, on Tuesday night, but the lads have been back in and they've trained and worked hard this morning. So our preparations are well underway, and I'm sure that the players are looking forward to taking that onto the pitch on Saturday.
Big game on Tuesday, wasn't it? And beaten by a very good side. But positives to take from the performance overall?
Yeah, plenty of positives, and taking it collectively as well over the last few weeks. The players have bought into what we're trying to achieve with them here, and there's loads and loads of positives that we're taking from it. And I think the spirit here at the training ground this morning, and obviously in preparation for the game on Saturday, just shows that we're upbeat. We've put that behind us, and we're looking forwards to moving on to the challenge that Chesterfield bring on Saturday.
You mentioned it on Tuesday, and is it just a case of being a bit more clinical, a bit more ruthless in those attacking areas when you create chances?
Exactly that. And the way that we play, we have scored goals in the first 4 games, and we failed to do that. Preston have got the best defensive record in the league, and they're the first team to shut us out. So listen, we'll be looking to get back to goal scoring ways on Saturday, and play with that attacking flair and that freedom in wide areas, and listen, expecting our centre forwards to get on the ends of crosses and take their opportunities to shoot. So as long as they do that, we'll get goals and we'll give ourselves a decent chance.
You know yourselves, don't you, what a run of wins can do in terms of catapulting you up the table, and Chesterfield exactly the same, 3 wins in 4, and suddenly they're right back in the playoff mix as well.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a team that put a run together, but those runs of form only happen one game at a time, and you have to tackle them one game at a time, and that's what we'll be aiming to do, is just to get back to winning ways on Saturday. Listen, it's going to be a good crowd at the ABAC Stadium, so the players always look forward to those games and playing in front of the supporters. And listen, and we'll be challenging the players to go and excite them and get them going again.
Is it a case of if you reproduce what you've done in the 2 games under you so far, the 2 victories you've had, that you won't worry too much about what Chesterfield have got to throw at you?
Exactly, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So that's exactly the messages that we'll be putting into the players, and exactly what the players will be taking onto the pitch. So we have every confidence that that's what we'll do, and we're all looking forward to Saturday again.
With the league table so tight at the moment, is it a case of when you get back to the dressing room having a look at the refreshed version, look at all the scores, or do you try and ignore it a bit because the pressure becomes too much otherwise?
Yeah, I ignore it completely, to be fair. All we can do is focus on what we do. And as long as we take care of matters at our own end, it doesn't matter what anybody else does. Listen, the press guys give me all of the information that I need about the league table and so on and so forth. But the important thing is that we take care of our own business in those 96 minutes, do you know what I mean, for each game. And the next game is Chesterfield, and we're all excited for it.
3 of the next 4 are at home. That home form could be absolutely crucial now, couldn't it, between now and the end of the campaign, if you're to make that top 6?
Well, we said that to the players. We need to make sure that that the ABAC Stadium is a fortress for us. And listen, so far it has been. And we'll be looking to maintain that good form and make it a place where teams don't like to come and play. They know what they're going to be coming up against, and we're just going to focus on ourselves and do what we do.
Is it a place that the players are now enjoying playing at again? Because earlier in the season it was tough for them to pick up points. There seemed to be a fear factor playing there. Last 2 games they seem to have the crowd behind them, and they're enjoying being in their own patch again.
Yeah, well, listen, the players are playing with a real freedom and energy about what they're doing. So that's really, really exciting from our point of view. It's exciting for the fans because that's what the fans pay their hard-earned money to come and see. So as long as the players keep doing that, then listen, we'll be happy, we'll be supporting them, we'll be 100% behind them, and that's exactly where we have been and where we will be, hopefully, come the end of the season.
And the supporters have given you their all, haven't they, last few matches, not just away from home but at home as well. They were very good in your first game, carried that on into Leighton Orient, and you'll need them again this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. They've been unbelievable, and the players see that as well and really appreciate that. I mean, for myself, as a manager, I took the time to go and spend some time with them up at Preston. They're driven 3.5 hours to get there and had a 3.5 hour drive back in awful weather conditions. But that's what it means to the supporters, and listen, it means exactly the same to us as players and as staff. So, listen, I think when we're all together like that, I think it can only help us move forwards.
Is that personal touch really key, do you think, to get people on side and keep them there?
We're a family club, and that's what we're all about. Everyone needs to be in it together. We're all on the same journey. We all want to go in the same direction, and that's moving forwards and progressing game by game, and that's what we're doing at the minute. And people can't do it on their own. The players won't only be able to do it on their own. The staff won't be able to do it on their own. It's not about us. It's about the players, the fans, the football club, and everybody being together. And listen, that's what we're looking to. That's what we're looking to achieve here. Is that real togetherness, that real spirit that goes right the way throughout the football club, because we are a family club, and we're a hard-working, honest group of people that just want the best for Peterborough United.
Injuries beginning to subside a bit. It's been a horrendous campaign, hasn't it, for injuries? But suspensions just starting to perhaps creep up, and your Jack Payne is now 9 yellow cards. So I guess he can't really watch himself, can he? The position he plays, he just has to get on with it.
No, and I've spoken to Jack about that. Jack has to play the game as he has been. He's a fantastic passer and a fantastic footballer, and playing alongside Bozzy in the last few games has really freed him up to be able to express himself with the ball. But listen, Jack's also got a real edge about his play. He does break things up. He does his job defensively for the team, and he's been nothing short of fantastic. So I've told Jack, listen, you can't stop playing the way that you've planned, because listen, what we need is 100% of Jack Payne week in, week out. If he does get another booking and a suspension, we've got strong players in Harry Buterman and David Norris who can come on and obviously fill that gap. Do you know what I mean? In that time frame. So Jack just has to concentrate on playing his best. Helping our team win football matches and really dominating the midfield area, because that's what he's done magnificently in the last few games.
I was going to say, has Jack found a nice balance to his play now? He's combative, he's winning tackles, but also he's getting the chance to use the ball, because his range of passing's always been strong, hasn't it?
Yeah, his range of passing is magnificent. Technically, he's a very, very gifted footballer, as well as having that edge to him. So listen, we're happy that we're getting the best out of him both ways, when we've got the ball and obviously defensively when he has to do his job for the team. So listen, if he carries on doing that, it can only be good news for everybody.
And I know width has been important, hasn't it, since you took charge, and I know Harry Anderson has impressed many people with what he's done for the development squad and in first team training. Is he one that's knocking on the door for a first start for the club, do you think? Massively.
Listen, he's still only an under 18, but he's an exciting player. He's one that fits into he's fitted into the dressing room really well. The rest of the senior players have really taken to him. They call him Desire because of everything that every time, when he's training, when he's playing, everything he does, he gives 100%. He doesn't know anything else, Harry. And he's a great lad to work with, and yeah, he definitely is knocking on the door because of with what he can bring to the team. It's really exciting. It's exciting for us, and I'm sure that we'll see much more of Harry Anderson between now and the end of the season.
I think we've got a week to go now, haven't we, till the loan window shuts, and you said you might just keep your eye open in case of injuries or knocks to the squad to strengthen. Any need to look any further yet, or is it a case of assess it in 6-7 days time?
Yeah, well, we'll be assessing it obviously after Saturday's game, because of then the window shuts on Thursday, so exactly 7 days today. So that's when we'll have a look at it. But at this moment in time, there's absolutely no need whatsoever. The squad is strong. The squad is in a good place. And listen, we're reducing the amount of injuries because of the conditioning of the players is has improved massively over the last 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, we've gone from being 15th in the league and on the verge of a relegation battle to being 7th in the league and in the edge of playoff places. Now, all we're looking at is taking things one game at a time, but the fitness levels of the players have improved, the quality of their players improved, we're scoring goals, we're keeping clean sheets, and listen, that's what we need to do, and we need to continue that work though now for the last 9 games of the season.
I was going to ask you about the fitness levels, because it's something you went big on, I think, in your first week in charge with some double sessions, and 3 out of the 5 games so far you've scored late goals, which of course suggests that you're finishing games strongly. Is that something you've really looked at?
Yeah, it is. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. We know that. We need to be mindful with the players. But listen, the trade-off to that hard work and intensity that the players are putting in has been that there's been a reduced number of injuries. We've only got 2 long-term injuries now, and we've played the same team back to back in the last two games, and we've made probably 1, 2 or 3 changes as a maximum over the 5 games. Which, listen, if we're going to have a good run of form, which we're going to need to do over these next few games, then we need that consistency in the squad and in the group around us.
So Baldwin and Jermaine, obviously long-term absentees, but everyone else, by the sounds of it, fit and well and ready for Saturday.
Everyone fit, strong and well and raring to go.